the sound vibration template that you seek, that is waiting for you at our sacred altar within our crystalline pyramid, is belief. So as the word, as its vibration, its structure, as its history, as all that it is, was, and will be, begins to emerge from the altar, notice the size, the shape, the density of this orb, this energy ball. And allow it to emerge. Go ahead and touch it, take it with you for your exploration. And as you place it in the center of this crystal column, this huge column of light, allow the transmissions as they enter into this vibratory sphere to transmit to you through projections of images, of feelings within your physical structure, your cellular body. Access your higher sensory perceptions and trust what you are receiving. What does belief mean to you? BELIEF, belief. Feel into this. What does belief mean? How do you interact with or engage with belief? Haindo, haindo, ai, hondo, hi, hondo, holy, hi, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. Allow yourself to say the word out loud in your space with your voice in the way that it wants to express itself through you. And then try expressing it in different ways. And then ask for it to express itself through you in its perfect divine blueprint, where it has been neutralized and it is in divine neutrality and you are in divine neutrality. Words, are they not human thought made visible? When you see belief, what does it symbolize? What is its meaning? What beliefs do you hold? What do you believe in? Is it easy for you to change beliefs? Can you let go of one belief for another belief? Where does belief come from? Belief is a very strong word. I imagine that you would agree. It is part of a German word, part of a word. Belief in German is Glauben, which means to hold dear in esteem, to trust. It also has the word Laub in it, which means to care, to desire, to be in love, or to prefer. So what does it mean if this is the root of beliefs? Is a preference. It is to hold dear, to be in love. We imagine that if you are experiencing the human form of love and notice that it is to be in love, to be in love with, we understand that when one is in love, not experiencing oneness with unconditional love, but to be in love with, it means that there are blind spots, big blind spots. What happens when we have blind spots? It means that we are not seeing clearly. We have distortions in our energy field. And often, especially within humanity, beliefs become the foundations for systems. This is where you get belief systems from. How would you like to create a core foundation of a structure that you are creating that is filled with blind spots? If we have a belief, doesn't mean that we are closing ourselves off from energy streams. Are we missing something? If we have a belief, doesn't mean that we are denying the divine within us. Because if we are shutting something down, if we are not looking at an aspect of ourself, then we are denying a part of ourself. We are denying the divine within us. Because the divine self experiences and sees the divine in all manifestation. So if you are holding a belief, are you seeing the divine in all manifest? Are you able to hear clearly? Are you able to listen deeply to another that has a belief that is different than yours? When we cut ourselves off from any stream, or if you are unknowingly cut off from any stream, you will have distortion within your energy field that will eventually lead to corruption of the energy that is existing within that environment, in that sphere of energy. And in this case, that sphere of energy is you. So the blind spots of being in love with something means that you are shutting yourself off knowingly, generally unknowingly, from streams of information. You begin to limit any kind of information and beliefs from other sources. You lose access to all consciousness streams. When we close ourselves off from energy streams from around us, when we become isolated, this often leads to destruction, to the elimination of religions, of culture, of the body, of the feminine principle, of the masculine principle. Oftentimes we are losing the original template. It becomes something else. It morphs into another energy field. You lose dynamic balance within your atmosphere, which can lead to feelings of fear because you are no longer in alignment. And when we are experiencing fear, the action of fear is to claim more fear. And when we are making choices based on belief systems, we are often making choices out of fear. And every choice made in fear claims more of the same frequency. It claims more fear. In Old English, belief comes from be, by, leave. Confidence reposed in a person or thing, faith in a religion. The meaning by the 1530s is that it is conviction of the truth of a proposition or alleged fact without knowledge. It is also sometimes used to include the absolute conviction or certainty which accompanies knowledge. It is also used as a creed, essential doctrines of a religion or church, things held to be true as a matter of religious doctrine, that which is believed. Belief meant trust in God, while faith meant loyalty to a person based on promise or duty. And eventually, belief became limited to mental acceptance of something as true from the religious use in the sense of things held to be true as a matter of religious doctrine. Do you often take your belief systems and create morals from them or values? Do you take your beliefs and then join groups, and those groups of people have the same beliefs as you? There's nothing wrong with this. There is no judgment here. We are simply inquiring of the frequencies and the vibrations and the experiences that you have had with belief. Have you ever been attacked by someone because you proposed something different that was not quite in alignment with what they believed to be true? Have you ever had an experience where you believed something to be true and you held on to it? And through the universe, the way that the universe does, you were forced into a situation where your entire belief system crumbled. It disseminated, was destroyed, pulverized. Is there a part of you that still holds on to beliefs that you are aware of because you are having a hard time letting go? If you think of your culture, what beliefs have you been passed down through your family lines, through your ancestors? Beliefs about money, beliefs about success, beliefs about God, beliefs about other races, beliefs about the other, beliefs about hard work, beliefs about scarcity. What have you allowed, consciously or unconsciously, to be planted in the tender, open soil of the garden that you are? Oftentimes, when we are children, our parents, the preacher, and the teacher are planting seeds without us knowing, and these seeds begin to sprout and grow. And then we have beliefs that exist within our morphogenic field. They have grown into plants or trees, and we believe that they are providing shade for us or food, or that this is the only way for us to sustain. Culture is important, but are you willing to move beyond culture and think of culture in all of its iterations? It is not just about heritage and family culture or country of origin or ancestral lines. There's youth culture, there is pop culture, underground culture, metaphysical culture. What cultures do you identify with, and how have these cultures shaped your belief systems? Do you believe? What does belief mean to you? Is it about having faith? Is it about living without proof? Are you willing to move beyond culture? Are you willing to move beyond your beliefs to allow the experience of other dimensionals, other dimensions, other existences, other worlds, other energies, to penetrate into your system? Our culture is passed through language. So if you only speak English, you have become limited by culture in many ways. Remember that vibrations and sounds, and when you put these words together, these letters to create these words, they are transferring energies, meaning, codes. Every word is encoded with culture, with collective consciousness, collective experiences, your personal experiences. And when you are reading books that have been translated into English or the language of your choice, imagine how much is lost in translation. Belief is part of believe. Belief is the noun, believe the verb. Believe the verb also comes from Old English and is to have faith or confidence in a person. But again, back to German, the original source of the word, means to hold dear, again, to be in love, to desire. It also means to be persuaded of the truth of a doctrine, a system, or religion. It also means credit upon the grounds of authority or testimony without complete demonstration, to accept as true. In a general sense, it became be of the opinion or to think. So if it was originally rooted in faith, at least at some point there was an attempt for it to include emotional intelligence or to include the heart, but over time it became about the mind and it lost contact with the heart. But even when it was close cousins to heart energies, it was still expanding from or emanating from a vibration of love that was more dense. It was conditional love. It was to be in love with. It was to be blind to others. It was to prefer. Similar to the word belief, where have you become separate from the heart and the mind? Have you had an experience or over time did your mind and your heart become separate? What do you believe in? Have you had positive experiences with the word belief? Has it helped you? Has it informed you? Again, this is about focusing on all experiences of this. If you hold a belief, are you willing to hold it lightly with the intention that the belief is just a temporary scaffolding, a temporary structure, or a guidepost and nothing more, so that you do not build your life around it, but that it becomes a beacon for you to move towards? And then are you willing to take different paths that are perceived to be in opposition of your original belief? Have you experienced belief in a way that keeps you stuck? Do belief and blind faith go together? Have belief systems caused you to compare yourself to others because you believe that you should be one way or another? Have your beliefs blindsided you? And this is okay. It is very common for people to become disillusioned by beliefs. The reason why the beings chose this frequency, this word matching, these consonants and these vowels, is because it is part of the ascension process. We are frequently being asked to let go. If a belief system does not serve you, and you are walking your ascension path or on your spiritual journey, that belief system will disintegrate, because you must create room for a more expansive structure or system. Are you able to see or to experience within this sphere of energy of belief? What is it showing you or telling you? If you ask it about culture or the collective consciousness, will it share with you old belief systems from the old paradigm? Can you feel that frequency or know that frequency? If you are an empath, you are not required to feel into anything that you do not wish. But can you identify a belief system and see how that belief system has become the foundation of many of the principles and value systems that have created the organizing principles, the linearity, the structure to the systems within our current human experience, such as education, our health system, the governing bodies, quote unquote, democracy. Would you be willing to see that democracy is not what you thought it was or what you believed it to be? Do you believe the government has your best interests? Do you believe that you have your best interests in your heart? Do you believe in the healthcare system? Are you able to see the belief systems that these structures and the organizing principles that created them? Are you able to think of belief as a blueprint? We are not talking about the divine blueprint, but we are talking about the blueprint or the template from which structures and systems have been created. So exchange belief for template. And then place this template over a system or a structure that you experience, or maybe something that is personal to you. Think of something that you are passionate about or an experience that has animated you. And maybe you experienced something recently at the doctor's office or within an institution, maybe through education. And take this template. This is a magical template, and it is on a clear sheet of transparent paper. You can imagine that it is the tree of life from the Kabbalah, and you can place this, your imagination, over an institution, a system or a structure. Maybe it is your own work environment. Maybe it is the hospital, the doctor's office, the bank, the government. And just place this over the top, and because it is magical, it will morph itself and it will show you the truth. It will show you the seed that was implanted in the system and the structure at the time that it was first implemented, that it was first conceptualized. It will show you the seed form of the belief that went into the intention to create that system and that structure. And ask yourself if that seed form, that original template, aligns with you. And if it doesn't, are you willing to let it go? Are you willing to be free from the influence of these belief systems, these programs, these programmed templates that have taken on fractalizing forms and in many cases have bifurcated out into multiple complex systems that are still being controlled by the original creator or the member of that system, by the originating belief that caused the thought form that created the template that now has become a system that many of us are accepting. Have you ever found yourself in a position where you were experiencing the frequency of fear and you were afraid to use your voice because you didn't believe in yourself, or you didn't want to upset the beliefs of others? Have you ever been silenced? Have you ever not stood up for what you believed in? Or have you stood up for something that you believed in, and then you believed yourself to be wrong and then felt stupid, so then you never stand up for another thing again? These are the histories that we attach to this word, but they have so many meanings. But the divine self, the true self, is free from all belief systems because it only cares about the moment. Because she is not seeking to be seen a certain way. He is not demanding to be known as he believes he should be. What masks do you wear? How do you hide or project yourself out into the world? And do those masks contain belief systems? Are you managing the perceptions of others because you want to be portrayed or seen or perceived in a specific way based on who and what you believe yourself to be? Can you see that belief systems are limiting, or they are not open to transformation? Or do you think or know or believe belief systems to be open to transformation? Are you able to enter into a state of your authentic truth from within a belief system? When we are in a state of our authentic truth, we are able to lift others to their true nature, not by doing, not by saying, not by proselytizing beliefs onto others, but by doing nothing but being in your authentic truth, in your authentic self. If you free yourself from belief systems, do you think you could be without a mask? Could you let go of the way that others perceive you? Could you realize that the way that people perceive you is through the lenses of their own belief systems, which often are mirroring messages to you, but more often than not, they are projections of beliefs that are creating distortions in their energy field. Another cannot see with clarity. They could never see you with clarity if they are looking through distorted lenses. Do you experience fear, shame, or do you silence or hide huge portions of yourself because who and what you are from moment to moment is not approved by your parents because it does not fit within their belief systems? Can you see that the status quo is a belief system? What is culturally acceptable or not acceptable? Do you live your life seeking proof? Do you always experience the need to prove yourself or to prove something that you say? Do you hold a belief that you are trying to prove to others? If we remember that that belief is about accepting something that is true without proof, so why would you spend time or energy proving something or proving a belief when it can never be proved? Why would you try and prove something that comes from the mind and only the mind? Can you live without the need to prove? And for those of you that have been shut down or abused as children and even as adults, oftentimes you experience the need to over-explain or to prove yourself. In many ways, you are trying to explain yourself to yourself, but you are constantly feeling attacked and defending yourself from others. Oftentimes you seek proof because you are trying to prove to yourself and to others that you are worthy. Do you feel or can you sense that everything is changing and nothing will ever be the same? This moment to the next moment is not the same. Can you see how belief systems can keep you in the past or can keep you in the future? Or do you think or know that belief systems keep you in the present? It is our observation that many humans cling on to beliefs and belief systems even when they do not serve them, because through seeking the old, you find solace in that which is known. Can you move freely into the unknown and shed every belief that you have ever held close to you? And open yourself to source and live without limitations. Can you discover within yourself faith? Can you surrender to yourself because you trust yourself so deeply? You know that your heart speaks, that your heart feels, that your heart knows, and that is enough. It knows moment to moment. Can you seek to know your true self in the moment rather than creating an identity that is based on your history? Can you let go of all of the beliefs of who you thought you were going to be or who you thought you were going to become and allow yourself to be present in this divine moment as your divine self, can you recognize and allow every aspect or layer of yourself of where you have been denying the divine? Can you open to all parts of you where you have denied the divine with you? And can you allow them to surface one at a time? It does not have to be all at once. Are you willing to look at where you have denied the divine within you? Oftentimes we create systems and structures that are based on false or old belief systems, and then we put these parts of ourselves inside so that we don't have to look at them because we feel shame. And that is in and of itself a belief that was planted within us that says that we must feel shame about a certain part of who we are. But when we do that, we deny the divine. We deny a part of us that through your path, through your ascension, you will discover that when you give yourself permission to look at these shadowy parts of you, to look at the parts of you that held shame, you will discover that when you are able to look at them, when you are able to invite those shameful parts of you, when you are able to bring them into the light, remembering that shame cannot exist in the light, you will discover that your most powerful self you have hidden within a belief system or a structure. You have pushed it away in the dark because something outside of you, you gave your sovereignty over to, you gave your power over to, consciously or unconsciously. And you've been trying to hide these energies there, but with all of the energies that are coming in to this experience, you are cracking, the seams are ripping and opening. You can no longer contain this. It is not allowed. We have entered into a time of great transition. And the more that you resist, the more discomfort that you are inviting in. There is no judgment. How have your beliefs served you? How have they betrayed you? Are you able to talk about or communicate or transmit values? Would it be easy enough for you to live your life as an emanation of unconditional love and to live yourself with and to live as yourself, your authentic truth in total transparency and with integrity? Is that enough? If that is not enough, then what else do you want to bring into that? And if that is not enough, is it that you are believing that you are not enough? Are these belief systems contributing to unconscious or conscious terror within you? Do you experience terror in the face of the great changes that are upon you? What about the known brings you comfort? What do you believe to be true about the unknown? What do you believe will happen if you enter into the unknown? What do you believe will happen if somebody sees your darkest, most shameful secret? What do you believe will happen if somebody actually finds out who you are? Who do you believe yourself to be? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your spouse or your children? What do you believe about the house or the living environment that you have created for yourself? What do you believe about your car? If you do not know, ask all of those energies that are vibrating around you, because they are constantly mirroring back to you what it is that you believe or don't believe. What belief systems, beliefs are you holding that are within your subconscious that you are completely unaware of, but that are consistently and constantly sending out frequencies? What do you know that your parents or your family believes in? And because of those beliefs, did you make choices in your life to prove them wrong? Did you make choices in your life that were always in direct opposition of what your family believes in? And do you believe that by doing that, you have actually healed those belief systems or neutralized those belief systems? Or do you believe that you gave your sovereignty over, but you tricked yourself, or you believed at the time that you were making choices that were right for you, when on a subconscious level you were making choices because it terrified you to be anything like your parents? And is that the same as accepting your parents for who they are and understanding why they hold those beliefs, and then choosing as your sovereign self to not believe in that, and then to make choices from moment to moment that aligned with who you are in the moment and aligned with what you were experiencing and what you needed in that moment, rather than clinging on to opposing another's belief system? Do you shut down when people are in the territory of what you believe to be true or not true? Think of your most strongest belief in what you believe in the most. What if we dissolved that? What if we blew it up? What if it no longer existed? What would happen? Would you be able to create another belief system? Would you be able to shift through that? Can you be in the light and hold another in darkness? Can you be in darkness and hold another in light? Explore what belief means to you. Ask your intelligences, your source, your beings, your guides. Ask that you be shown, if you are willing, to experience or to see or to know or to remember what belief systems are creating resistance and limitations in your ability or your nature to flow and to co-create? Where have you been feeling stuckness in your life? Are there belief systems that are creating dissonance within your energy field that are not supporting what it is you are consciously working towards or magnetizing towards you? What belief systems are creating interference? And if you have or uncover these belief systems, are they only in this lifetime? What belief systems have you held in other lifetimes that are still connected to you in this lifetime that you are experiencing again because they were left unresolved? What needs resolution? Resolution comes from divine revelation. Are you willing to move into resonance, to open yourself to experience divine revelations? What if everything in this experience was designed, was a divine design to bring you into revelations, into remembering who you are? What if you looked and approached everything, every dis-ease, every challenge, every excitement, every gift, every moment, all of it is pointing you and giving you the map that is leading you through and into your own divine revelations, into remembering and knowing who you are, so that you can truly open yourself to experience each moment free from the mind, free from thought forms, so that you can live as your pure divine expression, so that you can be the divine, your divine self, who lives freely, who is in service to others, who respects others, who respects themselves and loves themselves. What would that be like? How would your life shift or change? Oftentimes, the frequencies from the word belief encompasses all of our belief systems, all of the belief systems that we have accrued through history, through ancestral history, through cultural history, through all histories. And you begin to live a life that is so far from the divine self. You live a life of who you think you should be, and then you project onto others what they should be for you. When you believe someone to be a certain way, and this includes yourself, they can never be anything else but that. How have you placed yourself in a prison designed by belief systems or projected beliefs or templates that you believed were divine? How have you freed yourself from a prison based on a belief system? Again, we are not saying that beliefs are bad. We are asking for you to be aware of how powerful beliefs are, where they come from, how they exist, where they show up. This is all about seeking awareness, for you are becoming the master student of yourself. You are in divine study of you. And you are doing it not for anyone else, but you are doing it for yourself. You are not studying for another reason or another motive. You are studying because you are seeking wisdom. You are studying your thoughts, your energy, your mind, your body, your heart, searching, wondering, pondering on everything that you believe to be true, everything that you believe to be false, and being willing to let it all go so that you can let in the unknown. So that you can let in every sound, every song, every tone and every note. And we can let everything pass through us that doesn't resonate, that we don't need, because we are always sensing the unheard sounds. We are always held within the divine orchestra, within the divine symphonies. You are being asked to play a note, your divine note. You're being asked to play your cosmic octave, to live as your divine energy, your authentic self. And when you do this, you activate your divine instrument and you contribute to the divine symphony that is ever shifting, always moving and is in dynamic balance. You are not a fragment of source. You hold all of the codes of source. Everything that is source or God or divine is within you. You don't need a belief system to feel that. When you have belief systems, do you feel them or do you know them? Do you experience belief systems in the mind or in all of you? We will leave you to work, to remember, to love, to be free. We leave you to call upon and to remember that you are divine, you are self-mastered, you are sovereign, and you are free. You are love. You are unconditional love, and as you open and experience more of this, you will experience more of yourself. And we are grateful to be here at this time. And we love you, we love you, we love you, and we honor you. And we are humbled by those who chose to incarnate into this experience. Not because we feel bad for you or sorry for you or have any judgments about what you are doing there. We see and know, feel, understand that many of those who chose to come to this planet at this time are some of the most divine, courageous souls that have risked so much to be present at this time. And so in that, we honor you. Understand that you would not be here if you are not a courageous, high vibrational, divine being that has faith and trusts and has wisdom to share and knows that they are capable without doubt, without fear, of re-articulating themselves, of remembering themselves. This is who you are. Feel that and experience that, because this is what we experience when we encounter your energies, when we see you, when we feel you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and we love you, we love you, we love you. Peace be the journey.